I want to tell you about my friend Jenny. Jenny and I met back when we both worked at one specific company. We both lived in that area, and we were working in a team, and we had these different meetings throughout the day, throughout the week. And I gradually got to know Jenny over time. And there's a few things that jumped out at me from Jenny. The first one was she had this special ring that she wore. And I asked her one day, like, what's that ring about? And she says, oh, this is my sleep tracking Oura ring. And I'll just tell you right now, right away, I thought that was crazy. She's wearing a ring to track her sleep. I thought that was a weird and silly idea. The other thing that jumped out at me is we went for lunch. I got this great big salad because that's how I was raised, to eat lots and lots of vegetables. And she got a big steak. And I said, do you want some of my salad? Because, I was raised with the value of eating tons of vegetables. And she said, no, I don't eat vegetables. I am keto and I only eat meat. I was shocked. I couldn't even believe someone could have this value of only eating meat when I grew up with such a high amount of vegetable in my life. I ate a lot of meat, but I also ate a lot of vegetables. So it was very confusing. Around that same time, I had other friends who were also going in that kind of keto diet. This was maybe 2017-ish. And I thought they were all absolutely bonkers. And I heard one of them say that her cholesterol was ridiculously high and her doctor was worried about her life being endangered by this extremely high cholesterol. And I thought to myself, these people are killing themselves. They are murdering their bodies with this fad diet. Well, I'm going to flash you forward a few years. I was having a lot of problems with my sleep for a long time, maybe 10, 15 years. Waking up in the middle of the night, having indigestion, having a trouble falling back asleep. And so I started researching, well, how can I improve my sleep? And the Oura ring came up. And I really did a lot of research on it. I said, you know what? This ring is going to allow me to get data on my sleep, be able to improve my data, and sleep better. And I did end up buying it, and I saw huge improvements because I could do experiments, eat earlier, cut out alcohol, eat less spicy food, all these different kind of little things that I tweaked over time, and I actually improved my sleep dramatically, and now I don't have any issues sleeping. This Oura ring was a little sneak peek. I could have bought it right then, but instead I judged her as being a crazy person. And later I said she was a visionary. She was leading the way. The next thing is there's more and more research coming out about cholesterol that we really don't understand what this cholesterol is doing. There's a lot of questions. So this old theory of cholesterol that I heard about and what the traditional doctors were telling my keto friends is actually completely bogus. And we are redoing our mindset around cholesterol. It is a much more complicated and nuanced discussion. For me to judge and jump to the conclusion that just because I have these friends who are getting these messages from their doctor and that I'm going to judge them, instead, I needed to be more open-minded. And now I'm seeing, okay, there are ways to eat that are different from what I eat. I can learn things about oxalates. I can learn things about what the microbiome wants and our history of our evolution through our culture. What our ancestors ate is going to impact what we should be eating. This opening of my mind to hearing other ways of thinking, other ways of living, is something my friend Jenny was bringing to me. I am so thankful. I hope Jenny is watching this. I'm so thankful to you for bringing me into the modern world. And that's just two examples. I could go on and on with exercise and other ways of living that she's really helped enlighten my mind. So the takeaways for me are we have to get out of our echo chambers. We need to meet with random people in person and ask them questions like, why are you not eating any vegetables? Or what's that funny ring on your finger? Or why do you believe this? Or why don't you do that? And these little discussions, maybe it doesn't transform our life right then, but they're going to open our minds to other ways of living. And these people may have it figured out. Like, why would I think at any moment in my entire life, including right now, that I've got it figured out? What would make me think that? There's never been a moment that I haven't grown and learned the next day something that changed me. So I think having some humility, getting out there into in person, asking questions, being curious, and saying, maybe I haven't got it all figured out yet. And maybe there's people along this path, or I can have some other kind of aha moment by meeting with people who have totally radically different ways of thinking and living. This is Bet. If you're liking this content, click the like button, click subscribe, and add a comment on what other topics you want me to speak about. Thank you.